I think it's unwise for a man to revere the Dios. He angered Zeus and the other gods, after all. I should stay hidden if I don't want to fight. Ella!
Mercenary, are you? Oh.
Thermopylae. They say you can't walk this battlefield without getting blood on your toes.
This is where Leonidas was laid to rest. I wish I had known him.
If you close your eyes, you can hear them. Their final war cries, before every last one of those brave Spartans perished. Their voices were silenced that day, but their story will be sung for an eternity.
You didn't bring me here to talk about dead Spartans. What's on your mind, Herodotus?
The Battle of Thermopylae still echoes in our hearts, but to stand here is to feel it in your bones.
There's nothing here but ghosts. My concerns are with the living.
Hold out your spear.
My spear? What for?
I need to know something.
Herodotus!
I'm fine. I'm fine. The stories are true. That is the spear of Leonidas. The hero's blade.
Where were Sparta's allies?
The Spartans weren't alone in facing Xerxes and his hordes. Many from across the Greek world were armed and ready to fight alongside Leonidas and his 300. But when the mighty king looked into their eyes and saw fear, he sent them home.
That sounds like madness, not bravery.
It was foretold by the Pythia that Sparta would lose either its freedom or its king to the Persians. Leonidas made his choice.
What happened to Leonidas after the battle?
Xerxes was famous for honoring warriors who fought valiantly against the Persians. But Leonidas infuriated him so much, he cut off his head and impaled it on a pike. A bloody battle ensued, and his remains were reclaimed by the Spartans and buried here. Now, however, he rests where he belongs.
In Sparta. What happened to the traitor, Ephialtes?
King Xerxes paid him well, but treachery breeds treachery. A contract was put on his head, and he died as he lived. A coward.
You knew this would happen.
I didn't know, but I did suspect. There is a place I'd convinced myself was a dream. Until now. A peculiar structure on the island of Andros. Mysterious shapes carved in stone. Like nothing I've ever seen.
You want to sail to Andros so you can show me shapes?
In my travels, I heard whispers of an ancient civilization. A people who came before. Your spear and that place are connected.
You mentioned the people that came before. Who were they?
They were not gods, but they lived far longer than any mortal, and were far more intelligent. I've seen carvings in caves, strange symbols that suggest it was this ancient civilization that created humankind, and provided them with fire.
But Zeus blamed Prometheus.
Yes. Well, perhaps his eagle has been feasting on the wrong liver.
The spear awakened to you, Herodotus. I trust you.
You understand. I will do everything in my power to help you find your mother. I promise. But first, we must sail to the island of Andros.
I'll meet you at my ship.
Welcome aboard the Adrestia, Herodotus. Will you be traveling with us?
Only for a short trip. I have business to attend to in Athens.
Herodotus is helping me find my mother.
Seeking help from the gods has put Herodotus on your path, just like they put you on mine. They work in ways beyond our comprehension, and all we can do is follow their lead.
You could be right. Herodotus and I share enemies, too.
Like El Pinor?
He was, part of a very powerful group called the Cult of Cosmos that controls the Greek world through the Oracle.
Control the Oracle? Impossible! Apollo would not allow that!
Now they're looking for my mother. I need to find her before they do.
And I believe they will hurt others who oppose their views along the way.
By Hermes! The Oracle lost to corruption, and now this cult? Do we know who leads them?
I don't know for sure, but I think it might be my sister.
Your sister? By Zeus, your life is complicated.
Tell me about it.
But don't you worry. This cult of Cosmos now has 3 new enemies. And one of them fights like Athena and shits thunder like Zeus. We'll bring the wrath of the gods down upon them.
Is he always this positive?
Always. That's why I like him.
Poseidon, carry us to Athens.
First, we need to go to Andros.
To Andros, then. We're going to have to do some upgrades to my ship if we're sailing into war.
What do you mean?
Well, she's old. Perhaps not in the best condition.
You couldn't have said this before we set sail? Where in Poseidon's name are we going to get the supplies?
My father taught me that the sea takes, and we must do the same. Fortunately, there are plenty of pirate ships in these waters that we can board and take from.
What are we waiting for? Let's hunt some pirates!
Now that we have the necessary resources, we can upgrade the ship's hull.
Archers, we need you! More speed! Reduce speed! Drop the sail!
I think we're safe here. We live another day, Commander.
Sails up! We've got the bows ready!
Watch out! They are trying to hit us!
Now! Speed! For the... Going down! Lower the sail!
And some debris in the water.
We'll show them what we're made of!
Commander, we are outnumbered!
The Bay of Marathon, is it?
Marathon?
You know, the battle where a handful of Athenians pushed back the first Persian invasion? The great Themistocles. King Darius of Persia.
I'm not sure.
The site where the great Theseus slayed the vicious Cretan bull.
Oh! That marathon!
You're both hopeless.
Crew to battle stations!
Well, Commander, we live to sail another day. They outnumber us. Fire on board!
Alexios, there's
Safe
a
again!
question
The
I
Adrestia
need to
lives
ask
to
you.
sail
Go
once
on.
more.
Your spear. How did you find it?
My mother told me that the Spartan army brought it back from the Battle of Thermopylae.
Why bring it back to her?
Leonidas was her father.
Incredible. And it gives you visions. Perhaps it's trying to guide you. Show you a path.
There's more. It helps me in battle.
What do you mean?
I can't really describe it. It's like I know what my opponent's next move will be, just before it happens.
Fascinating. This is just extraordinary.
Increase speed! Ship your oars!
We are approaching the island of Andros, Alexios.
Yes, here we can see the tomb of the greatest Myrmidon, Achilles.
I was more excited by the fact that Andros exports some of the most expensive marble in the world.
Is this the place with the rumored ancient civilization ruins you were talking about?
It is indeed. Look for a large gate.
Ready the lights!
Here it is.
Okay, folks, before we head inside, I want to point out how the spear of Leonidas, how it's pronounced apparently in the Greek, looks right now. As we can see, it is pretty much only the spear tip and barely of the shaft. Actually, it'd be easier for me to get fucking... Hold on. There is a photo mode. How do I access the photo mode? Oh, what was it? Hold on. There it is. You double okay, so we're zoom out. Okay, how do I go up? No, that's forward, back. That's zoom out. There we go. Okay, so here's the Spear Leonidas. I'm gonna leave this on, like, you know, obviously in footage, and every time we upgrade it, we'll take a picture. Okay, actually, you know what? I'll take a photo now. So this is the Spear Leonidas, or Leonis, with 0 upgrades, okay? The blade is very dirt, like again, all the metal is very dirty, most likely some rust, very broken shaft, okay? We're gonna upgrade it. Well, sorry, spoiler alert, we're gonna upgrade it.
Is that a door?
This
Never
game's been
seen
out for
anything
nearly
like it before.
over a decade, I think, at this point. So if this is a surprise to you folks, also this is my second playthrough for my channel. So yeah,
How do I get inside? I wonder if...
Who's there? Come out!
Hesitation only hastens.
The grave, I no matter.
Your form is improving. Your resolve is strong, but you're not taking action.
I was going to.
I know, but it's the moments in between that decide everything. Your turn.
Leonidas' spear.
You're old enough now. My father's spear holds a certain burden, but you're ready.
I felt something.
Huh?
The spear. It has magic.
Carries with it a long line of power. A bloodline of incredible heroes. The same blood within you and me and our family.
All of us?
Think of Leonidas. He had great courage, and he made a great sacrifice. You share in his blood and the strength he possessed. We are able to feel certain things happening around us. That is our family's gift. But not everyone understands that. Some recognize the power we bear and want it only for themselves. They will try to take it from us.
so
I
yeah,
won't let them.
long line of very
know.
powerful, very
You're a
high
warrior.
amount of
If we keep
Izu
moving
DNA.
forward, always moving forward, we're untouchable. Storm's coming in.
Then maybe we should move forward now.
But yeah, so this is the day. So he just got it, folks, when the whole incident with
I
his
haven't
mother
forgotten you.
and his sister happened.
By the gods! Who built all this?
There we go. Anyone who's ever played Assassin's Creed 3 and also Origins
How does a place like this exist?
would recognize the architecture of being a building of the Izu, those that came before. It still has some powers, as you can, it still holds power.
How could I even explain this to someone like Marcos?
Here we go, the classic holographic symbols that they use because they had that technology. But also notice the name, folks, Ancient Forge. And we're going to see something really cool up here. There will be a cutscene, most likely automatically once we get close enough, but I do want to go
Something's
to
glowing
certain
over there.
certain areas here. See, like, again, there's a resonance going on. So this obviously would be a very special spot. But then, here it is. Now, anyone who's familiar with smithing and whatnot will be very familiar with these shapes. It's what you would put the where you would pour the molten metal into. It's what gives, you know, the thing shape.
Forge activated. Synchronizing retransmission chronicity. Contact engaged.
So, the game puts you in a loading screen here. Oh, you know, I think we are desyncing. I think we're coming out of the Animus for the first time. Yep.
Deimos. The Forge.
I knew I let you stay in the Animus too long. Your vitals are crashing.
You don't understand. This confirms it. Alexios didn't just have Isu technology, he had the means to improve it. Imagine how powerful the staff could be.
I admit, that could be an incredible find. But right now, I'm the doctor, and I take care of you. Now get some rest before you go back to Alexios.
If you insist, but only because I've got work to do on the outside.
Please, just clear your head. The last thing we need is a cell leader suffering from the bleeding effect and spearing us because we're Hittites or Thracians.
I won't. But Thracians throw great parties.
Don't forget, we're a team. We'll back you up until you're finished your investigation.
I know. Kyoshi secured the loft yesterday and he's keeping an eye out. Elena's on call doing historical research.
And I'm here to talk if you're feeling any confusion from the Animus.
Always the therapist. So, Doctor, how do you feel now that we're closer than ever to the staff?
I believe this staff is important. But the Templars and Assassins have found staves of Eden before. Nikolai Tesla blew one up in Russia, if I remember correctly.
This is different. If what I saw in Egypt is true, this staff doesn't control minds. It controls physics, time. Imagine rewriting the rules of the universe.
The spear you found is right here, and it's not doing anything.
The spear's attached to a bloodline. Leonidas, Alexios, and Cassandra. They were intimately connected to it.
Are you sure you can use the Staff of Hermes, then?
No. But if the Templars get it, they won't stop until they find someone who can.
So, that's the extra bonus cutscene at the end of the Cursed Pharaohs. But the thing is, I sort of messed up that sequence of events. So that quest, for some reason, I got locked out of. So actually, no, hold on, no, that cutscene I'm thinking of was the precursor for thing. What is she on about? Hold on. Did I miss a cutscene? Leia, some sees staff in Origins, because I don't recall this. When did she see this? Because like when I type this in, all I keep getting is Origins. Sorry, Odyssey. Which again, I know the staff shows up a lot in Odyssey, and it shows up in Origin. Sorry, not Origins. On staff of Eden AC Origins. Here we go. Every piece of Eden explored, Assassin's Creed, best weapons to get. Severance was explained. Pieces of Eden. No, all I keep getting is videos on Pieces of Eden. But nothing about this scene that she must be referring to. Screw this up. Oh, it's the staff of Alexander. That's how it's started from the game's lore. Staffs of Eden. Because I'm curious about the one that she's referring to, folks. That's what I'm curious about. Give me a sec, folks, while I try and figure this one out. Staves of Eden. Here we go. When Niccolo Erlevov approached Imperial Scepter, known staffs. We know. Okay, we know the papal one. That clearly is not the one she was referring to. We have Alexander's staff. But they already have that one. The shouts after Spanish Inquisition, so definitely not it. Created by already saw that. I'm aware that the Venetian staff. Staff of Set. See, this is the problem. Some parts of Assassin's Creed takes place, folks, in the comics and the books. So it is unfortunately a little bit weird to try and nail down which one she's referring to. Hassan sees staff of Eden. That's anything else to suffer from me. Okay, maybe if I click on... Because again, it's supposed to be one that can manipulate reality. So it has to be specifically the one that we're after. Piece of easy philosopher. Okay, so we know it. Actually, no, it literally cannot have showed up. Sorry, folks. It literally cannot show up in Assassin's Creed Origins because by that point, the character of Assassin's Creed Odyssey has the staff, and they're the guardian of the staff. And Assassin's Creed Origins, despite the game coming out before Odyssey, actually takes place I think it's like a couple of generations after Odyssey, because the wife of Bayek, the character you play as in Origins, is the descendant of your character in Odyssey. So there's several generations there. Yeah. So and the Greek, yeah. So it cannot be the same staff, because Alexios and Cassandra were not introduced at all to the lore until this game. So she could not have seen them. So so what staff is she referring to? It has to be the scepter of Alexander. But I don't recall that manipulating reality. Let's see. Illusion, conjuration, human mind control, invisibility, and it can open the vault, the Seawell vault. That's all it can do. So I don't know what she's referring to in terms of changing physics. You know, I'm just not seeing what she's referring to. Okay, maybe if I click on her name, hold on, we can discover the mystery of that. Give me a sec, folks. I need to look up her. I need her name to show up. The Magi Bayak, Cleopatra. Okay, if I click on Bayak, she should come up because she was the one that experienced his memories. Where's the plot of the game? Quest for Vengeance. That's his actual biography. We're going to skip that. If we click on Legacy, it might come up. Legacy is a co-founder of the Assassin's Creed, including the knock on innocence after his fan game. By modern times, the Assassins. Okay, her name doesn't come up, even though they do mention the portable animus. So if I click the portable animus, her name should come up because she's the fucking inventor of it. Like, if her name doesn't come up, there you go. There's the previous animuses, the Animus 3.0, the Animus Omega, which is what we play in some of the earlier games, the Animus 4.3, which is supposedly the one they used in... Okay, so the Animus 4.3 is the one that was used in the movie. The god-awful one that had you on, that would apparently hold the person going back into memories and move them around. Like, no, that is a step backwards. How is that more advanced than the ones that, like, the fact that you could experience the other ones sitting in your chair or lying on a bed like shaped thing or a chair like thing that without moving your entire body, that seems to me more advanced. So no, I'm sorry, Assassin's Creed movie, there's a reason why people don't like you. It's because you're stupid. Like, you made some weird fucking issues. Now you introduced the Trident of Eden. I am curious about that, and I'm curious about its powers. So I might look at that, because I am very curious about the powers it had. Let's see, the Trident. Oh my god, the Trident actually looks fucking badass. Okay, let's see, powers. Fear, inductment. Okay, yeah, because Satan is also associated with the things. Okay, devotion. Wow, this thing was this thing could manipulate the mind in so many different ways. Notable wielders: Alexander the Great. He had two Staffs of Eden. He had a scepter styled one which had mind manipulation, illusion conjuring. Oh my fucking god! He had a staff for every occasion. Who else only had it? Who else had the complete version? Asaya, no idea who that is. People who had parts of it. Hernan Cortez, Ulysses S. Grant, interesting. I believe he was a American general. Monkey Khan, Harold Bluetooth, no idea who that is. Sturbon the Strong, no idea who that is. But anyway, back to Layla and this mysterious Staff of Eden she encountered in Egypt. Okay, it was a member of the Assassin Brotherhood and former employee of the attempted to take her life, which she then killed them in Egypt. Though initially reluctant, Layla eventually joined the Assassins and became an important member. Bayak. She would have had to have seen the fucking spear when she was as Bayak. So if I follow Bayak's story, his paths will cross with the staff. Haha. There we go. That's how I can find out. So if I Control F the word staff, so let's see what comes up. Alright, the word staff comes up when he dressed as Sekhmet for when he helped out with the temple reenactment. There's Alexander's regal staff. Then that's it. It would have to be near the end of his life. When he arrived on scene, he went to the quarry. Yep. This is when he created the laws of how the assassins should carry out their business. He also decided that they would not set up bases, their main bases inside cities. Funny enough that the assassins will eventually break that rule. Captured, Kreuzberg was eventually saved by Aminet, who was alerted by the Hidden Ones activities in Sinai. Following Rufio's death, Aminet informed Bayeks of Gamlet's practice of attacking the Romans before ordering his men to retreat into a nearby village. The inner Roman backlash slaughtered, expanded into Petra in the region of Judea. The Curse of the Pharaohs. This is him pursuing rumors of an artifact. Started the Temple of Kanak Muti and left searching for clues of Queen Nefertiti. She told Bayer to take her invitation for her. Blah, blah, blah. Let's keep scrolling on to the end. Keep scrolling. This is him clearing out the thing, searching for the artifact. What was the artifact that was allowing her to do all this actually? Because it could have been that. What was the artifact? Confirm your story. Killed Temple Stop your starter. He found the temple guarded by warriors of a moon. Bayek assassinated the starter and it was double created. But it was double created by the artifact. Search for his across, discovered the information, the ritual, and artifact. So Tutankhamun gained possession of the artifact and restored it to the origin. He then passed the artifact to the priest and was buried in a hidden tomb in the Valley of Kings. In the present day, Nycteris, the mother of Astoria, attempted to conduct the Mahat ritual to stop the thieves from desecrating the tombs. However, she was murdered by them before she finished the ritual, which was witnessed by young Isidra. Isidra continued her mother's work, following her notes, which required the blood of Pharaoh Ramses II, which was in his flame-haired sons and daughters. Isidra intended to complete the ritual to punish the thieves, but her revenge for her mother's death has blinded her intention. She believed that she was doing Amun's will, and Bayek understood that she was left to consume many more instances that will be harmed. Bayek traveled to the hidden tomb of Tutankhamun to stop his surgery, as he was about to kill her, he was transported to the Duat. He fought Tutankhamun and defeated him and escaped. Yeah, because I remember that Bayek repeats being rescued segment. He's believed that who was being used for ritual. Bayek handed a piece of Eden to Zutket and tasked him to bury it so no one would find it. Yeah, because that wasn't a staff. So yeah, that's the thing, folks. He did not have I don't know the staff she's referring to. I just do not know. It's completely unknown to me. Hold on. Is there a list of what, generally of what each staff can do? Okay, yeah, there's no staff that does what she's talking about, so I don't know what she's talking about.
So,
There's no staff.
what do you think of my new Animus?
You mean our new Animus? That's Abstergo equipment.
Which I've modified to within a millimeter of its digital life. It's an Animus console prototype Raman variant with the I/O capacities pushed to their max. Ultra portable with more calculating power than NASA and CERN combined. I'll go stretch my legs. Too bad we don't have access to the Abstergo gym anymore, huh?
Membership costs too much.
So yeah. Alright.
I wonder if the Fry twins would still recognize London. A rooftop's still a rooftop. How's it going out there?
Well, no threats in view.
I'm glad we could work together again.
I believe our working methods are compatible.
Are you still upset about our last run-in with Abstergo? I'm sorry, I didn't realize those hills in Quebec were so steep. But hey, you and your Yakuza reflexes saved us. Sorry, ex-Yakuza.
We are all alive and our injuries have healed. That's what matters.
Of course, I'll return to the Animus, then follow the trail Herodotus left to find the staff. But there's so many possibilities, so many choices. There's no way to know which ones are right. You used to run part of the Japanese Brotherhood. What would you do?
Take things one step at a time, observe then act, or kill everyone and search their pockets for answers. You decide.
Thanks for watching our backs, Kiyoshi. I'll leave you to your work.
I'll report in if Abstergo drops by.
Looks third echelon. Or is it fourth? Too bad we had to leave before we could drink some more caribou.
Fascinating. Layla, can you believe we're meeting Herodotus himself?
I can. He sure does talk a lot.
Is there anything I can help you with?
So, does what I'm seeing as Alexios match your research? I had to tweak the Animus to use what we have of the book as a reference.
That book is a lost work by Herodotus. He basically invented the concept of recording history. And other figures are matching up too. Cleon, Pericles. The chance to see the past firsthand is why I joined the Assassins.
Most people would talk about justice or leaping across rooftops, but history's cool too.
I've loved history since my grandpa told me stories about his grandpa back in Ireland. He was an adventurer and sailor, so I'm continuing the family tradition. I feel so lucky.
You make your own luck, remember?
Why do people keep telling me that?
So I've met Herodotus, but I don't know much about him.
He's brilliant. His histories are considered the foremost textbook of classical Greece. People have made their careers analyzing his words for some new perspective. To see him in his own world, walking in the polis, and... Sorry, but he's kind of a hero of mine.
You can fangirl all you want.
Yay!
I'll leave you to your work.
If you need anything, just let me know.
The Lost Book of Herodotus. The Spear of Leonidas. If I didn't work for the Assassins, I wouldn't believe it. I'm still not sure I believe it. But a little luck and a lot of research later, and we've got ourselves the archaeological find of the century. At least, we would if I could publish it.
Hier soir, un cambriolage a eu lieu à la basilique cathédrale Notre-Dame de Québec. Heureusement, les dégâts au bâtiment historique sont minimes. Le secrétariat de la paroisse rapporte que les malfaiteurs sont partis en laissant derrière la cible du vol.
So clearly the blood that they're using is from Aya. Because remember, we did get access to her blood in Assassin's Creed Origins. And then we have Lithia. Who is she? Wait, hold on. So reality? Wait, sorry. They're. Hold on. Let's reread that facts, folks. Because again, I am not caught up to them. I'm not caught up to the modern day Assassin's Creed story. The last Assassin's Creed game that I completed from start to finish without counting DLCs was Odyssey. I had never finished all the DLC for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which takes place after the events of the main game. So I've never finished, and I've only started on Valhalla. I never actually got deep into Valhalla. So, so shit. What was that? Hold on. Did seem to imply that reality was shifting. What the fuck? The grey, which was or a virtual existence of some kind of spiritual tech hybrid outlet. We just thought the plan was so dangerous that neither the assassin or Templars could take it on alone, so we teamed up for a while. Layla, I heard about your colleague. Use some special explosives to make sure there wasn't any DNA left, but wouldn't there be some trace of the Inor? I mean, you think that some shards of such powerful artifact would have survived? Alana, when Berg blows some up, he blows up with extreme prejudice. That site was sterilized. So another weird question, did Kiyoshi get and get away then? Too soon, Alana, too soon. So this is to explain away what happened with Juno, because unfortunately all the stuff with Juno was basically explained in comics, folks. We did not they were building her up over the course of now this is the part of Assassin's Creed that I do not like. It's the whole comic book and novel thing. Like, Juno was built up, I believe, ever since Assassin's Creed 3, when Desmond basically sacrificed himself to activate a shield that would cover the planet and protect it from the solar flare. He sacrificed himself to activate it, but upon doing so, he also released Juno into basically the world's Wi-Fi. He released her into the internet. And then over the course of Black Flag, give me a sec, folks. I'm trying to get the list of games in my head. Black Flag, Unity, Syndicate, Yes, those 3 games. Over the course, I'm pretty sure. Unity, Black Flag, Unity, Syndicate. Yes, I'm fairly certain they're the 3 I think they're the 3 games that came out after Black Flag. Sorry, after 3. Dear God, there's so many games in this franchise, folks. Yeah, so anyway, at least 3 games. 3 games, again, starting from the end of 3 when she got initially released, because we didn't know, that's all we know is she was released at the end, in the final cutscene of Assassin's Creed 3, and then we spent the next 3 games essentially building her up. And again, remember, she had a special following, she had her own cult that we learned. Sorry, that's I forgot the other one. Assassin's Creed Rogue. 4 games, folks. Rogue, Black Flag, Syndicate, Unity, all those games. Now, all those games were built up, or like with we were getting glimpses of how the Templar Order was infiltrated by her cult and by her lover, who, in a way of trying to protect the Izu and herself and her husband, she basically used her husband as a guinea pig, and essentially she made it so that he would always reincarnate. At a certain point, he will be born, and he would have 2 different colored eyes. He would essentially he'd be a sage. He will always be male, and he will always look the same. Now, we see that in Black Flag, where they even had big statues of him. Like the Aztecs had statues of him. And we know that Connor met a sage who looked again exactly like him, and then we see him again in Assassin's Creed Unity. And then we see him again in the modern timeline as well. So like the idea was for him to constantly reincarnate, and he kept seeing, like, he would always have the memories of his past lives, which always typically had him going a bit insane, because he's like, okay, I need the technology to bring her back, but the technology doesn't fucking exist yet. So it's basically a torment of trying to get back to her. And then we see him in Black Flag, like once he tried to release her from what's called the Grey. He wanted her to possess your character's body, but when that didn't happen, remember, he even took his own life. He's like, oh my god, again? Maybe in the next life, bam. And he killed himself. So again, they've been building her up, and that's why the Templars wanted the Shroud of Eden, because they were essentially trying to create her body. That's what Project Phoenix was. But yeah, they dealt with her, they got rid of her in a goddamn comic. So they spent 4.1 games building her up to have her only be dealt with then in a comic book. It would have been fucking amazing for us to have like one game which is set only in the future, like which is set in the quote-unquote modern time, where we play as a modern assassin fighting Juno. It would have been really fucking cool, but we didn't get it. So yeah, let's learn about some of the other ones. Let's learn about Hermes, the Izu Hermes. We don't know much about this Izu except that he was one. The Greeks and Egyptians both worshipped him. His special followers called themselves Hermetitists. The god Hermes, particularly in the form of Hermes, I cannot pronounce that last name, was all about magic and alchemy, and his staff is the inspiration for the Caduceus. In theory, he met Pythagoras and gave him his staff, LH. We're betting a lot on that theory. We extrapolate that the staff is the key to the Izu equations of reality theory. Based on the information we got in Egypt, the Izu are convinced that Oh yes! Okay, so we didn't see the staff, but we definitely saw if you go to certain temples in Assassin's Creed Origins, you do actually get to learn about how the Izu see the future. They're all about maths, and they use that same maths for the original trio to talk to Desmond in the future. They're like, hey, they were able to be so accurate with their equations, they were able to predict that Desmond would be born, he would get kidnapped by the Templars, put in a fucking machine that would allow him to re-experience his ancestors' memories, and that one of his ancestors, aka Ezio Auditore da Firenze, would then encounter pieces of Eden that would hold holographic projections of their messages that would then play for Ezio Auditore da Firenze, but they would really be talking to Desmond, even though when they're talking to Desmond, Ezio Auditore da Firenze is just, and yes, I will always insist on saying his full fucking name, because he's a fucking badass. But even though he is standing there being like, who the fuck are you talking to? Like, they would just ignore him and talk to Desmond. like the Izu with their skill with maths is fucking ridiculous. Now, I don't like it because I'm a big believer in chaos theory, that like, I believe that the reason why you can't predict the future and why you cannot travel back in time is because for example, you can't predict the future because simply knowing the future will create a series of fucking events that will alter it by the tiniest of amount, which will change another thing, which will change another, which will change another, and then eventually you would get a different fucking result. I don't like the idea of time being a straight line, you know. And again, like, it's why I'm a big hater on time travel when it's used. At least with Harry Potter. Well, initially with Harry Potter, J.K. set up strict rules for time travel. She was like, no, what happened has always had happened and will always have had happened. There is no changing it. Which is why, like, no matter what Harry and Hermione did when they went back in time, there was technically nothing that they could have done. Something would have happened that would have caused them to not have intervened. So, like, for example, there were several times where Harry tried to jump out to stop Wormtail from getting away, because he wanted to prevent that. He wanted to prevent Wormtail escaping. But every time he tried to step out, when they were, hiding, someone else was walking along that path. He was like, no, I can't go out because fucking Hagrid would see me. No, I can't go out because Dumbledore will fucking see me. Oh, can't go out because Cornelius Fudge would see me. Something kept coming up that prevented him from stepping out. So yeah, like, fucking maths, guys. Stay in school. Alright, last we're reading document. Althea, now this is a new one. I'm not familiar with her. So who is Althea? That's a guess. I didn't record her name using pronouns. Called herself that. She has a grudge against the rest of the Isu for their godlier-than-thou attitude. The Isu Unified Front showed cracks before, like that time when Nerva and Juno argued in front of Desmond, or when Consus reached through time to contact the assassins behind Juno's back. But this is a new level of insubordination. LH, aka the character we're currently playing as, the woman. Fortunately for us, Althea seems to be on humanity's side. AR, I don't know who AR is. Yeah, she reminds me of Martin Luther nailing his 95 thesis on a church door. Maybe this is the start of the Great Izu Schism. LH, you got a knack for naming things, you know that? AR, thanks boss. LH, besides, she's a hacker. I like that. AR, hacking? Is that what she's doing to the retransmissions? LH, sorry, I realize that's more my department than yours. You heard that the voice change, right? That's when the retransmission got hacked, replaced right under the other Isu's metaphorical nose. AR, how do you think she did that? LH, good question. If you want to brute force a problem, try all the security protocols until you find one that works. Then lock everyone else out so they can't undo your work. Or, if you're analog, get a stronger transmitter, Mexican radio style. Althea's big advantage is having all the time in the world to find a solution. Like conscious, she seems to be able to see multiple times at once and communicate across them. AR. Or multiple realities. LH. I only wish that I could do that kind of multitasking. AR. If anyone could, it would be you, boss. So hold on. So yeah, folks, this keeps coming up. Fucking alternating reality. Like, that's their big fear with the staff. And the staff is apparently the key to unlocking the oh my fucking god! This came up in other sci-fi things. There's a magical equation that basically allows you to manipulate. Oh my god! I remember where I seen it from. Oh my god! I fucking okay. I have a friend. Who, growing up, was a big fan of a show. When I went out to hang out with him, he would always put the show on, and essentially, because I'm a guest, I'm not going to tell him, hey, I don't want to watch this. You know, I'm not going to be rude. So I would sit there watching it with him, and I fucking hated it, but I still sat there playing his Xbox while he was watching the show, but unfortunately it's in the same room, so I'm pretty much watching it as well. Doctor fucking Who. There's a season, I want to say when David Tennant was the Doctor, there was these aliens took over a school, and they were feeding these kids like some kind of oil in the chips that made them super smart, and they were turning the kids into a supercomputer, so that they could crack some kind. They were trying to crack what they called. What was it called? Oh, it was called the God equation. But the thing is, not only did you need to be smart, you need to have imagination, which is why they used kids. But basically, if you cracked this mathematical equation, you can literally warp reality. Oh my god, Ubisoft ripped off of Doctor Who. Now I think the whole thing in what's it called? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy also did this with maths, and the answer was 43, or what was it, 42? But yeah. So yeah, there you go, folks. So this is a common thing where maths seemingly allows you to warp reality, and these are just emailed messages amongst the team. So yeah, we're just gonna. It's just more
check
humor.
my email.
All right.
The center of the universe, circa 400 BCE.
Oh god.
Eagles are fine and all, but a pet monkey would be even cooler. What? What?
Yeah, Raven Rabbits, Ubisoft's mascot. So of course they had to sneak it in. Alright, time to get back into
Are you
the
sure
Animus.
you want to go back into the Animus right now? I get the impression you'll be there a long time.
Yes. I'm ready to go back to Alexios.
All
So
right.
yeah, there we go, folks.
I'll be watching your back.
That's all the other stuff. Again, I want to talk about the Forge. So we're going to keep on going until at least I get a chance to talk about the Forge. Once I talk about the Forge, that'll just be the end of the video. Oh my god, we're an hour and 16 minutes in, folks. So yeah, once I get a chance to talk to you guys about the Forge, then that's when I'll end the video. We should get a chance to do it after. No, we're going to be pulled into a cutscene. No, okay, I thought we were being pulled into a cutscene that has us leaving the Forge. Okay, so don't leave. There we go. Okay.
My spear is stronger now. The cult won't stand a chance.
All right, so the spear has been upgraded, and this is the cutscene where that tells us, oh yeah, hunt down the cult, collect new spear parts. And then as we upgrade the spear, we can unlock more abilities. For example, this ability can now be chained multiple times, which is pretty cool. This turns can be upgraded to be more deadly. Our poison can be upgraded. So yeah, you need to upgrade the spear to increase all that. Now, also as you can see, our health gained when we spend adrenaline is a new perk that we get, and we also get more adrenaline, which allows us to do some more cool abilities. Now, as I said, I want to take a picture of the spear. Here we go, so we can talk about how it has changed. So for one, the spear definitely looks a lot, the metal definitely looks a lot more cleaner. Can I hold on, switch to edit mode. Can I change the goddamn contrast? I want to change the, no, okay, no, there we go, perfect. Saturation, nope, we want it to be color, no, we want the decent colors, okay. Tint, nope. What does it mean by temperature? No. Okay, so this is as good as I'm going to get it, folks. Okay. So, what has changed? For one, we can definitely say that the spear is a lot cleaner now, like the metal is. The metal part is still there. There's still some rough to it, but as we can see, it is quite clear that the offset is going up. That the wooden part has been now seemingly completely replaced. It is now a solid piece of metal, and they've actually the forge has decided to give it a pommel, and there's a slight curve even to the pommel, as we can see there. Like, see, there you go. You can see it goes straight, curves a little bit, and then straight, curves back in. We also got some nice wrappings around it. I don't know where the forge got the leather for the wrappings, but yeah, so the spear has been transformed into a more effective, like, short range piercing weapon, like a thrusting weapon. Actually, with the length of the blade, yeah, I would argue it's probably like a lengthier dagger, maybe. But anyway, so, oh wait, I was meant to take a picture because I want to be able to point out the evolutions for each upgrade. So there you go, take photo. So that's upgrade 1. We have the before, we have the first upgrade, and we're going to keep taking pictures as we go through. Here we have more, I can't remember what they're called, the things that you pour the molten metal into to make the object. But yeah, here we have obviously a double axe. So there's a piece of Eden, that's an axe. Pretty cool. Like, that is super cool. I don't think we've ever encountered it yet. Then over here,
This imprint is shaped like the sword Demos had at the cultist meeting. Was it forged in this place?
so obviously we have a Sword of Eden, but this is a very different shape. Hold on, let me get to the edit mode. Yeah, no, I wanted to bring it lower. There we go. And then switch back to composition, get closer. So here's the general shape. Now, so it's not like the Sword of Eden that we saw in Assassin's Creed Unity. This sword has some strange, like, it's wide, then it narrows, goes wide, then narrows. A very strange sword shape. Here's another one. Damn, we can't get closer to it. Give me a sec, folks. Okay, here we go. Lower the contrast so we can see. Okay, we have another axe. Or at least some kind of pole arm type of weapon. So yeah, so this place is clearly where the Isu, we saw in the very first Assassin's Creed game, or was it the second game, we saw a factory where they make the apples of Eden. But so this is clearly where they made their weapons.
Well, Herodotus will be happy. It's clear. Someone was here far before we were.
So yeah, folks, so like there we go. I do have pieces of Eden open in front of me, so I am curious. Is there
Did
a list
Leonidas
of
know
axes?
this place existed?
So the listed pieces of Eden, folks, that we have are apples. Atlantis artifacts. Okay, I don't know what that is. Obviously, it was featured. They're all featured in the DLC that I play. We have the Rings of Eden, which we've seen a couple of times. We have the Shrouds. Oh my god, there were multiple Shrouds. 2 were destroyed. Interesting. Southeast Asian piece of Eden, the Crescent Amulet, the Lantern, and the Lotus Disc. Ooh, that sounds cool. We have spears, the Gungir, and the Spear of Leonidas, the Staff, which are several of. We have the Shattered Staff of Eden, we have the Staff of Hermes, the Staff of Set, the Venetian Staff, the Papal Staff, the Imperial Scepter, and the Scepter of Alexander the Great. Swords. Sword of Eden 1, Sword of Eden 2, so wow. I love how some of them are just Sword of Eden 1, Sword of Eden 2, or Apple 1, Apple 2. Dear God. It's funny that only certain ones ever got fucking names. The Perseus Sword of Eden, Graham. Really? Just Graham? Okay. Excalibur. And the Sword of Damocles. Other pieces of Eden, we have the Ankh, the Codex. The Codex was a piece of Eden? Interesting. Crystal Ball. What was that? What happened? I know, I heard something on Discord, like a bloop. Crystal Skulls, we know about. The Foresight Amulet, the Fountain of Youth. Okay, I'm right-clicking that. I want to read about that. Freya's Medallion, Fragment of Eden, Hugger Rip, Imperial Jade Seal, Koh-Elnor, Mjolnir. Okay. La Flel. I don't know what it's called. Memory Seals, Precursor Boxes, Precursor Prophecy Discs, Odin's Eye, Sight of Eden. Yes, I love me a sight. The Pyramid, Scepter of Aset, Shards of Eden, Stone of Scone, Trident, Violege's Dagger, 2 Bell 2. Other Easter artifacts, Ancient Beacon, Baghdad Battery. Oh yeah, we saw about these blueprints before, yeah. Blood Vials, Iron Man, Power Sources, Silker, Saga Stone. Then there's Armor. Suit Armor, First Civilization, Fault Heroes, Crowns. Weapons. Oh yeah, there you go. The Hammer of Hephaestus is apparently a piece of Eden weapon. I fucking... Oh my god, folks. I fucking knew it. I goddamn fucking knew it. Lucius Septimus... Okay, for those of you that have watched my previous videos, you would know that in Assassin's Creed Origins, especially my second playthrough of Assassin's Creed Origins, I pointed out that one of the bosses that you fight as Aya against, his weapons had the same goddamn fucking glow as a piece of Eden. And I looked it up. Oh my fucking god, yes, I was absolutely right. His flails war pieces of Eden. I fucking knew it. Like, I goddamn knew it. Despite the weapon's powers of grabbing and lifting people into the air, paralyzing them in levitation, he was unable to overcome his adversary. So that's their power. Their power is literally grabbing hold of people and lifting them. And then also paralyzing them. I fucking... Vindication! Oh, during the age of grant eternal... Okay, so... convinced him to abandon his quest, turn back when Ponce de Leon refused. The assassin struck him with a poisoned arrow and later resulted in his death. European explorers tried to find and claim to found his own, and Humboldt refused. Spanish explorer during to Florida obtained the artifact. The assassins in Florida determined to stop Ponce de Leon and sent Miguel Monte Carlo de Liego to convince him to abandon his quest. Okay, so apparently it does give eternal youth. So, there you go. So the Fountain of Youth is apparently a piece of Eden. But no, I'm so glad I got vindicated. So, funny enough, actually, yeah, so... The weapons that we've seen, folks, do actually show up. Like the what we saw in the silhouettes there.
Time to talk!
You're not hard to track.
Did you come alone? Are you alright? Cassandra, you're alive.
Don't touch me.
Oh, come on, little sister. You have to tell me everything. What's happened to you?
I don't have to tell you anything. I don't know you.
Well, I know you. It doesn't matter. There's more important things to argue about.
You're right. Like that stunt you pulled with the artifact. It got my attention, if that's what you wanted.
What? The artifact showed the truth. We're family. And we made it out of Sparta, alive.
Yes, it did show the truth. It confirmed what I always knew. You threw me off a fucking mountain!
If that's what you think, Cassandra, you must have hit your head on the way down.
I've heard the story, and not from a liar like you. And never call me Cassandra.
Right, Demos. Now her, I don't know.
She's a demigod, worshipped and feared by the cult and all the Greek world.
Then why do the cult's bidding?
Have you been paying attention? They're following my lead.
Then make a choice on your own. Help find our mater.
I'm not interested in reunion. I just want to know what you think you're doing.
Same thing as your cult. Looking for Myrrine, our mother.
They don't need her.
Your cultists think differently. She's their next target.
If they ever pursued her, it would be to kill her. But if you don't know where she is, that means she abandoned you too. How sad.
Then, get them off her trail. Send them after me instead.
You really do like attention. They'll be after you soon enough, not to worry. And they'll dominate you.
They'll have their work cut out for them.
I doubt it. The family will be exterminated.
Okay, see, now why is that alive? That has the lie symbol, but like...
If it's true they're after us, tell them they'll never find Nikolaos. He's off the map. Trust me, I've searched myself.
If I could find you, the other long-lost child of Nikolaos, then I can find him. And when I do, he'll wish he was thrown off that mountain.
I don't care what you think. I'll find Myrini. Do the right thing. Come with me.
What?
We could find her. Together. You could help me.
Oh, you think friendship is the answer? Running around like lost children looking for dear mother. You're so weak.
It's responsibility, not weakness. I won't abandon the whole family just for spite.
Responsibility? Get off your high horse. The cult has a plan, and it won't be interrupted by the likes of you.
The cult let Myrini live. They let Nikolaos live. Why kill them now?
Because you live. You brought this on her and yourself. The cult is powerful, but they're mortals. I have the blood of gods, so they think you do too. But they'll see how wrong they are.
Taking your own mother isn't enough for them.
We're not abductors. We're political. Those who don't stand with us stand against us, and they pay for that mistake.
Like me?
Like you. I heard you're planning a trip to Athens. When you go, tell Pericles and his elitist scum they're next.
I'm going after the cult, you know.
You've seen our numbers. You've seen what I can do, and you still think you stand a chance?
Try me.
So having guts runs in the family, does it? You claim we have the same blood, so let's see what you can do.
You're being an asshole.
You'll have to be stronger than that.
No matter what, we were going to get punched. The only question is, were we going to shove her?
Dimos!
Malaka. Herodotus. He needs to know about this.
Okay, so once we talk to him, quest is done. We just need to turn it in now. So yeah, folks. Oh God. Oh, there he is. Probably be up at the top.
Well, was the legend true? Was it magnificent? What happened to you? And your spear?
Slow down, Herodotus. My spear is stronger now. I can feel it. You were right. There was some kind of artifact there. It showed me a vision of me and my mother.
So, the ancient civilization is real. Alexios, you have no idea the power you possess. All harnessed in Leonidas' spear.
That's not everything. Demos followed me here. The cult's already moving. She told me herself. They're going after us. My family. Pericles.
Why would she tell you? Unless it was a trap.
It doesn't matter. We have to get to Athens to warn Pericles. And we need to find my mother before they do.
Then, we go to the Pnyx. If Pericles is anywhere, he's there.
And there we go. We have the quest completed, folks. Again, as we kill cult members and collect their pieces of the pyramid, we can further upgrade the spear. I didn't want to begin hunting the cult members until I got to this part of the game. So yeah, we just leveled up. So let's upgrade our assassin thing. So now we deal 80% of our assassin damage And as you can see, our assassin damage is a whopping 25,488. So the heroic strike is essentially almost an insta-kill. That's why the assassin build is so deadly even in combat. Early game, it's a little bit of a struggle. Early games, depending on the difficulty, you are recommended to build warrior damage until you can get to the point where you can start really investing in that hero strike and building up your assassin damage. But anyway, that's the end of this video, folks. As I said, we talked a good bit about Isu. We talked about Pieces of Eden. It was fun. I really enjoyed it because, again, I love the lore of Assassin's Creed, even though I do disagree with how they spread out the lore across games, novels, and comic books. And I don't like how things that were set up in the games were then finished up in the comics. I really think we still should have gotten a chance to fight Juno, or at least fight her cult in the games. But oh well, you can't get everything you want. In our case, I'm the Celtic Nerd, signing out. One name, one sky, and I fucking can't believe I got my vindication on that Piece of Eden.